going, everybody? My name is ZealetPrince. Welcome back to yet another reaction here. And today we're checking out a video by Plant. It just came out about less than 24 hours ago, actually, by the time I'm reacting to this. And if you don't know who Plant is, they're an SFM animator who's been making SFM animations regarding creepypastas that have been up on the internet. And I've been watching Plant for quite a long time now. In fact, it's some of his earliest work that actually attracted me to his channel. And I didn't start reacting to Plant until, well, today, because all the stuff I had seen by this point was before I even started reacting to a bunch of this SFM creepypastas that I've been watching within the last few months or so. So today, starting now, we're going to start reacting to Plant from now on. And this latest video is called Sacrifice. I don't know this creepypasta, and I don't think I've ever heard from anybody else's work, which I also have to admit, I have a hard time keeping track of everyone I've been reacting to, like all the SFM animators that use Team Fortress 2 models for their creepypastas. I can't keep track of every single one because I've made so many videos over the years and watched so many of them off screen. It's hard to keep track of which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't. But regardless, I know I haven't seen this one. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this. In 3, 2, 1, boom.
I woke up abruptly, sweat dripping from my brow. I could feel the presence again.
His animation quality is greatly increased.
His presence. I looked around my room. I know I'm being watched. It's not anywhere to be seen. Damn. This is the third night in a row I've been awoken like this. The fear is starting to take over my mind. Something out there is stalking me. Something wants me. But I should back up and tell this from the beginning. I'm 16 years old and moved into this house with my family 7 years ago. It's about 30 minutes outside of town, so we're fairly isolated, and my parents love living out here. They say it's peaceful and pretty, and I hate it.
Why?
Not as much during the day as during the night. I've always been scared of the dark. It's my #1 phobia. I hate not being able to see, and out here at night, there's no light other than the moon and stars. No warm, comforting glow of street lamps, no headlights slowly moving up and down the streets, just a hazy darkness.
I'd hate that.
And it's especially dark during the new moon. And that's when I first encountered it. That thing. I have a bunch of friends over, and after dark, we all decided to play some airsoft capture the flag. There was a new moon, which made
Wait a second. That looks like Jango Fett's blasters, but in Team Fortress 2 style. Am I the only one, or is that based off an actual weapon?
We all decided to play some airsoft capture the flag. There was a new moon, which made it especially dark and creepy. No light pierced the inky blackness, except for the flashlight on the barrel of our airsoft pistols, and the occasional zip of glow in the dark airsoft pellets flying at their targets. We were all having a great time. I had grabbed the other team's flag and was rushing back to my base when I heard a sound that made my blood run cold. A scream of terror, coming from about 30 feet to my right. A flash of white was rushing away from the sound. I changed direction and rushed towards the noise, aiming my flashlight at the source of the sound. My friend Jacob was sitting in the dirt, holding his bleeding leg, obviously in pain. The cut was deep. Another friend, Matt, and I rushed him inside, where we sat on the edge of the bathtub and began to wash and dress the cut. We asked him what happened. He said some creature had scratched him. He didn't get a good look at it, but just saw a flash of white. At first, I assumed that it was just a possum or something.
Rational thought.
Before I saw it again. The second time, I would...
It's like when I talked in that video, and I think it was one of the ones that went up recently, at least by the time when I'm recording this, when I was talking about my encounter with the paranormal. That was my first initial thought, too, because I tried to find a rational explanation for what I had seen, but after coming to no other conclusion, I couldn't deny what I had seen. If you haven't seen that video where I give that explanation, I suggest you go watch it. I think it was one of the most recent ones that just went up. If anything, I'll put it in the description of I'll pin it to the comment section of this video.
I was alone. It was the middle of the night, not a new moon, thankfully, but still eerie. and I had insomnia, a rather common problem for me.
Wait, I also just realized something. I'm doing this video completely wrong. Hold on. There we go. Forgot to turn off my light.
Damn. And I had given up all the
Sorry,
middle of the night,
seconds.
not a new moon, thankfully, but still eerie. And I had insomnia, a rather common problem for me. It was 2 a.m. And I had given up all hope of getting any sleep, so I was downstairs in the living room and popped in a DVD. As I lay on the couch, my mind lost in the world of Inception, one of my dogs started barking. I thought nothing of it. Barking in the middle of the night is basically a routine for them. And my other dog joined in. No big deal. But I noticed something. The bark was a lot more menacing than usual. It was more of a guttural, growling bark. The bark dogs make when threatened. And I turned on the back porch light and stepped outside, creeped out. I called for them. Jake! Zoe! Come here! Then I saw what they were barking at. It looked like a human crouched there in the grass. It was probably around 4 feet tall, with bare, pale skin and long, bony limbs. I studied it for about 5 seconds, and it stared back at me. I'll never forget its eyes, dark, almost like empty sockets. Its cold gaze washed over me, as if it was sizing me up. Then I slowly started to move towards me. I was almost paralyzed by fear, but was able to get back into the house. I locked the door behind me and rushed to my parents' room. They were convinced that I had a nightmare, but I know the truth. This was the first time that I had fully seen the creature that would soon push me to the brink of sanity. I didn't see that thing again for quite some time.
Anyone else thinking of SCP-1... No, not 106. 96? Ah, God, it's been a long time since I've watched anything from the SCP Foundation. I don't remember the numbers anymore. God, I have to get back into it.
I started to think that maybe my parents were right and it was just a dream. I was really sleep deprived after all, but deep down inside I knew that I had seen something. But a few weeks ago, I was on some website with my friend Derek, and I saw a picture that shocked me. It was my creature, the one that I had seen.
The Rake?
The website claimed that this creature was called the Rake, that it stalks and mauls its victims. The moment I saw the article, my blood ran cold. Could I have really seen this creature? The thought haunted me, refusing to leave my mind. I saw it again for the first time in months last week. I had woken up in the middle of the night again. Immediately, I felt that something was wrong. The house was too quiet. I felt very unsettled. I got out of bed, walked to the window, and raised the blinds. It was very dark outside, but I could make something out. The creature was outside, scratching at something on the ground. Immediately, I opened my window and yelled at the thing. It looked up at me, caught my eyes for a moment, and then rushed off, crawling on all fours very close to the ground. When I went to see what it was scratching at the next morning, I found something that
Is it one of his dogs?
chills me to the bone. The mangled, half-eaten corpse of my dog, Zoe.
Sheesh.
My parents think that it was a mountain lion, but I know the truth. This so-called Rake, that bastard creature, it killed my dog. The last few nights have been terrifying. I've woken up in a cold sweat each night, knowing that the damn thing is watching me. I feel its presence. I know that it wants me now, and I have no idea what to do. I'm terrified beyond belief, and I'm helpless. My parents keep telling me I'm imagining things, but I'm not. Damn it! I know what I've seen, and I know that it wants me.
That?
That's why I'm recording this at 3 in the morning. If anything happens to me, I want people to know what. I'll update as soon as something else happens.
Okay, I was about to check to
May
see.
2nd, 2012. The last week was a whirlwind of terror. I'm constantly in fear now. I know it's always watching me around every corner, everywhere I go. Every night I feel its presence, some nights more than others, and I don't know exactly what it wants from me, but it is wanting something. I saw it again for the first time in a week today. I stayed home sick. I still feel like shit, and I think it's making me sick. I'm lying on the couch, watching TV, constantly looking over my shoulder because I know that he's always watching me, and I have a shotgun by my side. A benefit of living in the country.
Shit.
I got it from the garage. It's loaded in case the thing would... which I've decided to call the rake. Tries to attack. I knew it would soon. I heard a noise outside and cocked my gun.
Sorry about that. I had a very important phone call to go through right just now, but we'll get right back into it. I rewinded about 20 seconds.
A benefit of living in the country. I got it from the garage. It's loaded in case the thing would... which I've decided to call the rake. Tries to attack. I knew it would soon. I heard a noise outside and cocked my gun. I stepped outside to investigate. Nothing. Damn it. I decided to patrol the perimeter of the house just in case. Walked all the way around. And nothing. I stepped back inside. The smell hit me. It was a stench of death, rotting. I held the gun out in front of me, slowly made my way up the stairs, and turned the corner into my room. It was crouching in the corner, facing away from me. It slowly tilted its head towards me. Then it spoke. It was a high, shrill voice. I'm not sure exactly what it said to me.
Jeez.
I didn't hesitate to pull the trigger, but it moved almost at superhuman speed and barreled into me, knocking me down. I saw it jump off our second-floor balcony to the living room floor. I charged out of my door. My arm was bleeding bad, so I grabbed a shirt, pushed it into my arm to try to stop the blood. I rushed outside, the gun still in my hand.
It's already gone? Yes.
Go to hell! I screamed. I stepped back inside and saw the blood. Not my blood. Its blood. I grabbed the dog that it hadn't killed, Jake, put his nose to the blood. He picked up the scent, started moving towards the woods near my house. I didn't think twice, and followed. We rushed through the woods, around a mile away from the house. Jake started to whimper. I sent him back. This was my job. I started to explore the area, my fingers twitching on the trigger, terrified. After about an hour of searching, I saw something weird. A small area of ground that was different. It seemed covered up. I walked over and swept away the grass. I was right.
Passage?
There was a board under the grass. I pulled up the board, exposing a hole. A rusty old ladder led down. Against all better judgment, curiosity got the better of me, and I slung the shotgun over my back and lowered myself down. I was in a tunnel. It wasn't well lit. A few candles, but it was light enough to see a blood-smeared wall. The smell was awful.
It sounds like this could be a very good horror movie. Sorry.
I could see paintings on the wall, disturbing things, stuff I never wanted to see. I walked through, towards the source of more light, and I could see a sort of room. And when I stepped in it... I wanted to throw up. There was animal parts all over the floor.
Ugh.
On the walls. This must be its feeding room. I turned around, retching. There it stood. Right behind me. It reached towards me. And I blacked out.
You blacked out?
I woke up in my room. About 30 minutes ago. Alone. No cut on my arm. No blood anywhere. Decided to record everything while it's still fresh in my mind, parents still aren't home. It's dark outside. I'm terrified to leave my room now. Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe I'm going insane. Paranoia is here to stay. I realize what the rake had to say in my room now. When he talked to me, it was wanting sacrifice. Mom, Dad, if you hear this, after I'm gone, just get the hell away. I don't know where to, but just leave this place. May 7th, 2012. It's over now. He's satisfied.
What did you do?
Sacrifice is made. And I'm alone. He was with me. Three nights. He just stands next to my bed, watches me, and sometimes he'll whisper to me. He told me that he wanted sacrifice. Bloody sacrifice. He said I just had to do it. I knew he was right. It didn't matter to me. I could be alone. My parents thought I was just going crazy. Little did they know.
Oh, Jesus.
Little did they know. So, last night, I told him. I told him that I'd do it. And I'd give him a sacrifice. A good sacrifice. So he'll be happy. I told him to come with me. I wanted to show them the spot that I had found. They walked with me. Walked to the rake's hole, and I opened it up. I opened it up, and I pulled out a gun. I told them to get into it. They asked me what I was doing, so I told them that he wanted to see them, and they went into the hole, and we walked through the tunnel. She was crying, and then Mr. Rake comes out of his hiding place, and he looks at me with his black eyes, and he smiled, and then he killed them. Oh yeah, I mean they screamed a little bit, but I didn't care. He was happy now. He pointed at the hole, and I knew that it was time for me to leave. And I'm back home now. I'm all alone in my dark room, and I'm not scared of the dark anymore. I mean, I like the dark. It reminds me of my friend. Of my friend the Rake. I mean, I'm okay, damn it. I'm okay. Damn it, I'm not okay. I led my parents to their death. I'm crazy. God, I have the gun to my head now. I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm looking across my room, and he's crouching there, smiling at me, telling me to do it. He's still hungry. He wants one more sacrifice. And I'm gonna give it to him. Goodbye.
Okay, that went down a path I was not really anticipating, but as soon as that final recording came in for the end, I realized what he had done. Oh boy! All right, that story took a turn I was not expecting. I wasn't even expecting any kind of mentioning of the rake either. That was unexpected. It was good. It was good though. Creepy, definitely. I just was not expecting the premises for this video, and also his Plant's animation has gotten quite good over the last few months since I last saw an upload from him. Well, at least one for his Creepypasta stuff. The last one I watched was someone paid me to investigate a strange town. That was the last one I watched, and that was over a year ago now. The animation has greatly improved. But damn, this was good. Creepy, definitely. But if you guys enjoyed my reaction to this and you want to see more SFM creepypastas in the future, please let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.